Let's go, folks. Welcome back to the 21-22 school year. We're excited to have you join us here at the Ninth Grade Center, and more importantly, join us on the Innovation Academy. My name is Kyle Cox. I am the English teacher on the Academy and the team lead. I want to take a few minutes here to talk to you about our team, talk to you about our teachers, maybe some of the expectations for the year, the upcoming days, and just some of the things that you will get to look forward to since you are joining us this school year. So first, you may wonder, what is the Innovation Academy? So our focus is STEM, so science, technology, engineering, and math. But ultimately, what STEM is, it's about certain skills and these human skills that we need to have to be really successful in the future. So whether that's future of schooling, the future of work, whatever it is that you may want to do in life, there's certain skills that we believe that you have to be successful. So the ability to collaborate with others, the ability to communicate, to be creative, and work on these problem solving skills and to ask questions. And there's just so many other things that we hope to help you develop this year. The plan to do that might be through STEM related activities during impact period throughout the year, as well as some potential opportunities during class. One of those, for example, we might be creating an all digital portfolio. So, for, say, student led conference, we might be creating every student having a website and presenting their work that way. We also may take some possible field trips. We have had those canceled the last 2 years, but there had been a plan to go to an IndyCar garage and see how they build and work on their race car and then get to see the track and some of those things. So the hope is that that might still be a possibility. We also have the solar field on campus. We have Rolls Royce nearby. There's some things that we possibly can do to give you a strong STEM experience. Sorry. So in 2017, the Ninth Grade Center was one of the first secondary schools in Indiana to be STEM certified. Our academy is that STEM academy inside a STEM school. So with that, being on this team brings some very high expectations, ones that we truly believe that you can meet, and we're excited that you are joining us to do so. Your teachers this year, obviously myself, so Kyle Cox, I teach English. Some of you may not have me just because of scheduling and may end up with Mr. Butler, but I will still interact with you and be on the team and be able to help you whenever you might need. Mr. Allen is our special education teacher. Miss Bethay teaches history. Miss Brandon is our biology and zoology teacher. Mrs. Clark will teach algebra. Mrs. Katadia is our business teacher. Mrs. Sweet is health and PE. And then you also may have Mr. Adams for impact period, who is a Spanish teacher, or you may have Mrs. Krybuer Sorensen for impact, and she teaches some Project Lead the Way courses. Our guidance counselor, Mrs. Nay. So any issue that you might have, scheduling or personal, she might be a good resource for you to talk to. And then, as of this recording, Mr. Mark Renault is our assistant principal. I know if you check Parent Square, you may be aware that we possibly are going to have, we will have a new principal, and so depending on who that ends up being, things may change. So that may have already been announced by the time you watch this. So just giving you that heads up. But as of right now, Mr. Renault is our assistant principal, and he'll handle any discipline and things of that nature. So obviously, we still are living in, we have this new normal, and still living in strange times. So hopefully, you've seen Dr. Butts's email about some of the requirements. And again, these are fluid, so it might be changing again as we talk. Masks. So masks are going to be required by all students on the bus, no matter what. So if you take the bus to school, you have to wear a mask. If we go on a field trip, you have to wear a mask. In building, all may continue wearing a mask. However, unvaccinated staff and students will be required to wear a mask in the building. And then if you end up being a close contact and quarantining or anything that becomes an issue, at that point, you may have to prove your vaccination records. Just give you that information now, so that, again, hopefully that doesn't happen, but don't want that to catch you off guard. Seating in the classrooms. So as of right now, for the time being, all desks are going to be arranged in rows, and all students will have an assigned seat, and it's going to be alphabetical, with unless somebody has very specific requirements. This is also to limit our clusters, our close contacts. So students will be expected to remain in their seats throughout class unless instructed otherwise. Personal interaction. Our goal is to still be physically distant as much as possible. We know that is difficult in a classroom when there's 30-something kids. We'll do the best we can, and then also avoid physical contact when possible. Lunch. So I know in middle school you did this. So lunch will be returning the cafeteria for us, but students are going to have an assigned seat and table, and that's going to be, again, probably alphabetical by the course that you're attending from. Lunch lines will all serve the same items, so that should help speed up that process to allow you that time. So I want to talk to you about the high school expectations, because for all of you, this is going to be your first year in high school. And I think there are really three things that I think are super important to being very successful as a freshman, or really throughout your high school experience. So one is being here every day. Your attendance matters. Doing your work. And then three, which I won't really elaborate on past this, but avoiding any behavior issues. So following those rules and directions, and really just being respectful of those around you. I do want to talk a little more about the attendance, though. So being here every day is really important. There's a direct correlation to how many days a student misses and the graduation rate. So if you think about, if you miss one day every 2 weeks, well, that's 20 days per year, or 20 days per year, which is, you missed an entire month of the year. If you miss one day every week, you missed 2 months of the year, right? Like, that's really hard to be successful. If you're talking about just being late, right? If you're 10 minutes late per day, even across all of your classes, well, that's 50 minutes you've been late per week. That's nearly 1.5 weeks this entire school year, right? So again, being on time is super important. And ultimately, being on time is just a skill that we have to have in the real world, in the workforce. Like, that is just good practice, right? So let's start that now. Secondly, doing your work, and I think this makes a lot of sense, your grades count. For some of you, obviously, you've been taking high school courses and getting those credits already, but this is high school. So if you have not, your GPA average starts right now. It does not reset after every year. You do have to have those credits. Our goal is you need to have at least 12 credits by the time you leave our building, right? And if you don't, you're going to be behind, or what we'll call credit deficient, and then you're going to have to work towards improving that. But I think that's very doable. We offer, most of you are going to have the opportunity to earn 16 credits this year, and some of you may end up in the 20s or even more, right? So it's really important that we do the best that we can every day moving forward, right? Doing the best that you possibly can do. Nobody's going to ask more than that. All right, so Chromebooks. They need to be charged to start the day. We need you to bring them every day. So it's an expectation you have your Chromebook with you each day and each class. And I think it's really important if you bring your charger with you to school. And what I would do is label that charger, right? Because I understand we don't want them to come up missing. So if needed, we have a label maker. But if you have your own label, honestly, put that on there so you know which one is yours. Most of your classes are going to be utilizing your Chromebook in some way almost every day. Students will be using It's Learning in each class. Okay, so any day that you're absent, you should go to It's Learning. All the work will be housed there, or at least the directions will be housed there. So if the teacher does need you to go to somewhere else, like the online book or whatever it might be, that will be posted on It's Learning for you every single day. There's also an app, which I've pictured over to the right. So I would download the app because then you can even access from your phone. All right, this one's really important and may not love this. So at the school, we recognize that it's really important that students are productive and attentive in the classroom. So to maintain focus on our core mission of earning those 12 or more credits and to reduce unnecessary distractions, we enforce the following. Cell phones and other mobile devices should be turned off when you enter the building and remain off during the day. Corded headphones may be used with the Chromebooks, but AirPods, the wireless headphones, all that, cannot have them. They need to be put in your bag or locker. Cell phones or other mobile devices can be powered on at the end of the day and used to communicate with parents, friends when assisting with transportation. Cell phones that are visible or disrupted during the school day will face the following consequences. So, first, you'll get a warning and a direction to put it away. Okay, so parents, you may be notified of this issue. Afterward, the second issue, the phone gets taken and sent to the office, but the student will get to pick up it at the end of the day. A third issue and on, the phone gets taken, and the only way the phone gets returned is if a parent comes in and picks it up. And a referral is written in that instance. So, failure to follow those directions, sorry, failure to follow those directions may result in disciplinary referral. And so, because that's the guideline, whether you like it or not, it's a rule that we really need to follow. And so, in the event of an emergency, right, we have the school phone that you can call and get a hold of your student. A student, if you have a real emergency, you can call from the classroom. All right, so we have that on here. The phone number for the front office is 988-7500. All right, almost done here. Skyward. So I would recommend, if you don't, checking Skyward to stay up to date on your child's grades, attendance, and behavior. There's a mobile app. If you do not already have a login, you can get one through the office. So if you call, they can kind of get you squared away with that. But this is where you'll be able to see missing work, where the student stands in that class, if they're showing up, be on time, if they've been receiving referrals, things like that. All of that will be housed in Skyward. Believe there's still going to be a Chromebook user agreement form, so you might be asked to complete that. So be on the lookout for that being sent home. Sorry, it's rolling too fast. And finally, Wednesday, July 28th, first day of school. And this is, again, at the recording. I'm unsure if you will get this before, so I should backtrack. Monday, July 26th, from 3 to 6 is back to school night. You can pick up your schedule. You can come meet all of the teachers and maybe get some information about those classes and tour the building. If you're watching this after that, then Wednesday, July 28th, you are to report to impact period to start your day. If you're unsure who your impact period teacher is, go to Skyward right now. It's listed. It has the room number. There will be people to help guide you there as needed. Breakfast will not start until Thursday, though. So on Wednesday, you need to eat before you arrive. And Wednesday is an odd day class. So you go to impact period and they'll have 1, 3, 5, and 7. And then finally, make sure to bring your Chromebook charger. So I want to leave you with, we are really excited to get this year started. I know it's still strange times and not what we're used to or maybe what we want. And also we understand everybody may feel their own way about how things are set up, and that's fine. Everybody has that right to feel how they feel. And so as teachers and staff, we're here to support you and help make this the most successful year that we possibly can for you. So we look forward to meeting you, and we will see you Monday back to school night, or we will see you bright and early Wednesday morning. Go Giants.